taking you through POV and ideation in the design thinking process. Now, in the content series, they are taking us from the problem to the solution, the whole content series. We started with categorization and research. That was Fauzia and Kevin. So when you have a problem, you start researching more on the problems. You develop a thorough information on the problem. And it becomes a bit of analysis, so you have to apply analysis to it. That's what Jessica, Audrey, and Lee took us through. So analysis helps you zone in down on what the real problem is, because it's a lot of noise, a lot of information, so it helps you zone in down. And now we've reached the POV. The POV is essentially a definition of the problem, because when you start out, it's a bit ambiguous, but now at this point, you realize this is exactly what the problem is, this is what the root cause is. There's a lot of diverging, converging, so it's a fairly simple process, relatively, when you reach this point, because now you have exactly what you're looking for to ideate on. Here, you don't know what you're looking for, so that's ambiguity. So yeah, this is essentially the POV, a problem well stated. So now you know what you need to solve. So the POV relates to this portion, ideation and prototype, in a way we'll illustrate that way. So it's, you get a POV, you ideate, prototype, test. It's an iterative process, you come back. So we want to explain something to you. So this is the ideate prototype test. This table, imagine we're in a restaurant. This is the POV. So Cybil is hungry, so she's coming for the POV.
So
So she takes the POV, she takes something from the POV, goes back to ideate prototype test. She eats it, but she's not satisfied, so she'll come back again. Imagine she's eating it.
I wish you called me.
Then she does it again, she's not satisfied, she comes back again. Now you see, to get to a point that Cybil becomes full, she doesn't want to eat anymore. And that signifies finding your solution. So when you get to a POV, you go test, ideate, test, come back, ideate, test, come back till you become full. So for this reason, you have to cook your donut well, or you get tummy aches. So that means that you get a solution that doesn't trace the problem. So it's about cooking your POV very well, else you miss the mark. So getting the recipe right. So you realize that if you don't do your POV well, you start generating solutions that don't trace back to your original problem. So how to get a recipe right? So POV draws from research and analysis. So like I said, when you analyze all the noise in research, you become to zone in down the real problems, and you also get some insights from ethnography. So there are a number of ways you can frame the POV statement. There's no right or there's no wrong way, but there's a right process to get it to work good. So this is the sample POV statement that can really help you. The user is usually general, so you don't say Cybil, you pick a constituent of Cybil. So if Cybil is Zimbabweans, you try and generalize it. Needs a system solution device that gives them unique because it's an insight. So all these are fed from your analysis and research. So you have to, in order to develop a good POV, take different analysis frameworks and develop POVs from those ones. So last week, we took us to persona and activity, but that's what we used. So here is Mupa. She's an 18-year-old student, high school student, and she just changed schools and has begun paying attention to health magazines. And she has a number of these healthy products like green tea hidden under a suitcase. She doesn't want to know she's watching her weight because it's social stigma in her school. So we want to develop a POV based on her persona. Persona is an analysis framework. So can someone give me a POV from the comment? Whatever for Lipsy, a POV. Winston. Okay, please give me a POV. For Lipsy, give me a situation.
I want to read it again. If you just change schools and have begun paying attention to all those health magazines and articles reading, has a number of these healthy products like green tea hidden in a suitcase under her bed. She's trying to watch her weight, but does not want anyone to know. There are cool kids in her school, but she's not one of them, and she lives off campus. So Lipsy needs health. She needs health products.
Needs a way to lose weight
Oh my
that is healthy for her because she's going about it the wrong way. Something like that.
Because
A healthy way to lose weight. Yeah. That is healthy for her.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
okay, so when you are constructing a POV, you try not to be too narrow on just ellipses. So you can say something like teenage high school girl. Girl, yes. So this may be a sample way to construct the POV. It all depends on the information you have. So we also have a POV generated from it. A high school student needs a system or way to enjoy a healthy food without social fear, because her school, in her social risk, is more dangerous than health risk. So like I said, there's no right POV, wrong POV, there is a right process. So we want to try another analysis framework with the same ellipsis. So this is the mini POV for the persona bond. So now this is ellipsis D. She wakes up at 6:30 a.m., baths at 7, has Bible study between this time, has pre-calc, has FD. Here she goes she's off campus, she goes back to the hostel to eat, but she spends a lot of time because the healthy food is at a hostel and she can't get to the cafeteria, so she has to go back to the off-campus hostel. She has leadership at this time, but during this class period, she never gets assignments done before because of the waste of this time. She sleeps at this time and does assignments. So we want to do a POV for ellipsis in this case. Hands up. A POV for ellipsis. Give me a current situation.
Where's the current situation?
If you look at the activity, wakes up at 6:30, but reads the Bible, goes for pre-calc, has a day. She leaves campus because she eats healthy, but her food is in off campus. So she and there's not her cafeteria. So she has to leave campus and spend a lot of time trekking. Now, during this period, she can't do any assignment before her next class because of the trekking. So she never gets any assignment done. So she has not finished that, she can't. Then she goes for leadership, sleeps, does assignment. She can't get something at her
Probably
cafeteria.
easy access to healthy food.
To
Healthy food. Healthy food. Because she's wasting too much time trekking off.
Now, it's very important to incorporate more elements of your analysis in it. For instance, in the analysis, we said there's none at her cafeteria, or you can say.
No, I'm listening to you.
There's none at her cafeteria. So then because you can add because wasting too much time, or because there's none at her cafeteria. So that is the you can draw with the activity clock. So you can take different analysis frameworks and draw mini POV. So we develop a POV from that. As high school students need a system of process that gives them access to their choice of healthy food at the school cafeteria, because constantly trekking to the off-campus hostel waste time. So when you develop two mini POVs, you can combine them to develop a mega POV. Yes, I'd like.
Okay, but I thought she was trying to watch her weight, so wouldn't she be happy with the trekking?
Wouldn't she be
I'm
happy?
just asking.
Yes, but we're looking at the grand scheme of her wasting time in school.
Wasting time for
In school, yes. So she may be happy, but her school suffers because she can't do any assignment in that time. So you can combine the first two and develop a mega POV. A teenage girl at a new school needs a system of way to enjoy healthy food in school while feeling socially accepted, because she wastes time getting food from her hostel and perceives social risk greater than health risk. So it's a good way to develop a big POV, because when you consider a number of analysis frameworks, you find things that you don't normally see in another framework. For instance, activity clock, you don't know much about her as you find persona. So a good way is to develop mini POVs and combine them. So now we have an activity. So you are sitting in pairs. So you are going to redesign the way Friday nights are done in Ashesi. So this is interviewing.
So am I the one that I'm supposed to do it?
Apparently, when everybody
You won't go.
I want to be
You don't only go camp.
that kind of thing.
You feel it? You could just bring about come back to your room and come back.
This is like my own prescription, right?
During the
Fridays, I don't want it's all the plenty of time. Those are the 3 weeks. Hey, that's the way.
Because I really love them in their room, and then I have to walk with them down the
What would you have done different? If you had the opportunity to change that from communities, right? But here I have that you know you actually don't understand that. What would you
It's beautiful, don't worry.
This is like my, prescription writing. Anyway.
How do you think it
Ideation. Ideation is simply, in simple terms, it's a process of generating ideas, right? So all this while, from the beginning of this series until a few minutes earlier, when Yoofi was presenting, we were focusing on the problem, trying to see it from different angles. But right now, we are now taking a new turn. We are now trying to think what we can do about the problem. That's ideation. We are thinking about ideas to solve the problem. So, in the words of a French philosopher by the name Alain, an idea is the most dangerous thing on earth. That's if it's the only one you have. So the idea is if you want to come up with a perfect idea, you have to have so many of them. That's the idea of divergence. When we were on the POV stage, all our information from the analysis framework actually converged to one point. But right now, since we are ideating, we have to come up with a lot of ideas to try and make sure we get the right one. There's divergence of information. So basically, I'm going to. Okay, so if I'm asked to design what I would think about a design factory or an ideation factory, what I would put in an ideation factory, I would put lots of people and lots of people and lots of people, because I'll get more and more ideas so that we get the right idea. So I'm going to take you through a few ideation techniques. There are so many that have been tried and tested and have been found to work fine. Those include biomimicry, questioning assumptions. We've done a lot of them, but I'm just going to mention 3. The first one is questioning assumptions. That's the first one I'm going to talk about. So our society today has things that they've tamed the normal things, the normal way to do things. It's an orthodox way of doing things. We know that cars, they move in 4 wheels. We know that if you are entering a room, a door is supposed to be on either side of these 4 wheels. That's the way things are. But actually, to put it in actual terms, these things, these assumptions, they are sort of like blinders that are blocking us from seeing what we can. Like, they are blinding us from being creative, from bringing out creative solutions. So, when using the method of questioning assumptions, we are basically generating all the assumptions that we know, that have been known to be normal to men, and then we try and get them to trigger our thinking process so that we come up with different ideas. That's questioning assumptions. We also go to the worst idea. Now, this one works perfectly well when everything else is not working. I mean, you can use it though anytime, but it's that time when you're having to ideate, right? You get to give everyone a paper, and they write the worst idea, the worst idea they've ever thought of. For instance, I'll be in designing this one, Friday night experience. I mean, I would think about maybe I would actually officially make Friday a weekend. That's how I would want my experience. That would be the worst idea. When these ideas are then turned, they are refined back into creative ideas. Actually, there are many creative ideas that have come up this way. And to finish this activity we've just started, we are going to use the Disney's 3 rule. That is it has got 3 stages: the dreamer, the realist, and the spoiler. By the way, these were first used by Walt Disney. Okay, so the dreamer stage, this is the point whereby we put everything aside, we just go into the world of imagining. We just fantasize whatever you can, whatever you can think of. If I could have a magic wand and do anything I want, what would I create? Anything, even the craziest thing you can think about. So after, it will be a good idea to have so many of those ideas here, and then those ideas will go into the realist stage. Now in the realist stage, you're just trying to find out what will really work, what is practical. So of all these ideas, what is practical, what will work, how can I make this happen? And then obviously some of the ideas are going to stay behind, and then we'll carry some of the ideas to the spoiler stage. Now this is where we are going to be just punching holes. We are going to be looking for faults in the ideas that have passed. What does not work about the idea? What do you really think about it? Does it make sense? So that's the spoiler stage. So basically, we are going to continue our activity, but this time we are going to try and ideate, look at the POV, see what the persona needs, and then try to find an idea, what you can do about the solution. And we are also advised to break out of our categories. If you can think wildly, do that, because that's creativity. So let's break out of our categories. So at the back of one of your papers, yes, I would want you to create 3 columns. Get 3 columns like this. One is dreamer, one is realist, and one is spoiler. So we are going to be getting, again, 5 minutes, and we should do this quickly because of time. We should do this quickly, get ideas into the dreamer stage, get them into the realist, see what works, and then finally come with a final idea or ideas in the spoiler stage. That would be very fantastic, but in reality, we can do that. So, okay, are we done? I'm going to take responses from Joe.
So I'll go with the dreamer.
What was in your dreamer? What was in your realist? And then what did you finally come up with after this?
Because he going home every weekend makes him lose out on schoolwork.
Okay.
So So our dreamers is move his house to the school every weekend. And the second one, go for one class a day. And the third one, no assignments during the weekend. So at the realist stage, we said games, movies, and fun activities with friends. And for our spoiler, we have bringing home condition to the school.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was your final solution, bringing home conditions to the school. Okay.
Okay.
What about reading? Okay, so I'll read a POV. Okay, so Aline needs a week to do her work and enjoy herself on Friday night because she needs to rest and also wants to finish her assignments on time. So she said that we could, so when I interviewed her, she said for Friday she goes to visit some friends. So in the dreamer stage, we can kill the friends in that room so that she doesn't have to go there. And then another one was to create a timetable for entertainment and work for only Fridays. So the whole week she doesn't have a timetable except for Fridays. And then an alarm after work for entertainment and one also for entertainment after work.
So after the spoiler, what did you have final?
The timetable can work and the alarm too, but for the killing of her friends.
So, okay.
Yeah, so when you take your idea form, you initially start with dreamer, then you try to pass it through. You keep going, one should be able to stand the test of time. If it doesn't work, then you try another technique. So right now we have built all this way. Next week you'll be taking through this one we are going to try and get on our solution. I think it's Samuel and Carl. Yes. So our design challenge is for you to replan your Ashesi D because Ashesi wants to like complaining too much. Complain about everything, you want someone to give it to us. But you realize that if you redesign some of your problems, you can find a solution. You're still be nice. Thank you.
And the ideating? Yes.
All right, relax. Thank you very much for coming. All right. So sit down when I'm done. Thank you very much. So thank you all for coming. You know, we've spent a lot of time here. I know all of you are busy. You have assignments. You have stuff. But thank you for coming. Thank you for spending your time here. It happens every Tuesday. So tell your friends. And to tell another friend, so that we can all learn about the design thinking process and try and improve on it. Because we might think we know it, but as people share it in their own perspective, we can get a new dimension of what the design thinking process is about. So thank you again and enjoy your donuts.